Hello friends and adventurers, and welcome back to Sally Cat Plays Exile 3, Ruined World. I was just resting outside of Gale here, and looks like we've got some company. You meet a quick-moving, fairly fresh Empire patrol. When they get close to you, they look you over. They seem to recognize you, and have a quick discussion. The result is unfortunate. They attack immediately. Someone seems to not like how effective we've been at dealing with the monster plagues. Someone is about to regret their life choices. Hey, thanks for the gold, fellas. There's now one more round of rest. Oh, come on! Okay, that one was slightly more painful. And back at full spell points again. So, I can go back to the Tower of Shifting Floors and subject myself to such torment. But I do know that there are two more artifacts that I can go in search of, and one of them is reasonably convenient from here. Just slip through the secret passage. Head down to the docks. You find your skiff at the end of the dock. It would be a very short trip across to the forbidding island you see to the south. Row across. You row the skiff across to the dark, ruined island. After a bit of looking, you are able to find a secure place to dock it. A crumbling dock in a small, ruined town. And we are now in Exile. You leave your boat behind. If you ever want to return to the mainland, go to the end of this dock. Oh yeah, undeads. Not very strong undeads. Okay, nothing interesting in that building. Town wall is mostly intact. You aren't sure when the settlements on this island were destroyed, but it was definitely some years ago. This island is a wasteland, part ruined towns and colonies, part rock and rubble. There are no animals or birds anywhere that you can see. There aren't even seagulls. You do see a lot of bones, and not all of them are from animals. It's a very dark place. So this would have been ruined even before the plagues of monsters. The sign has been defaced by someone with large claws. All that remains are two words. Villa, south. Okay. Also south, swampland. So yeah, we could not see this island from the mainland, and it's just a bit too far to get across with the Orb of Thralny. The only way to get here is by boat. You find a small patch of mandrake root. There isn't much of it. Some of it is good for alchemy, but you have little hope of it regrowing after picking. If you took some, it would wipe the patch out. Well, it's not like anybody else is interested. The sign has been defaced by someone with large claws. All that remains are two words. Toria, south. You encounter a band of shambling zombies, roving the island in an undead sort of way. They attack you. Somehow, you aren't quite intimidated. Indeed. Come on, Steven, you're embarrassing us. Blurg. This was once a pretty decently sized town. However, hordes of undead have been busily taking the place apart, brick by brick. The bones scattered about indicate that not all of the beings who lived here were lucky enough to escape. Oh, that's a surprise. I was expecting zombies. I was not expecting basilisks. My perimeter checks kept getting interrupted by stepping into poison swamp tiles. Unidentified potion. Probably nothing special. Scribane herb, lovely. Ooh, and ember flowers. Oh, and comfrey root also. Perhaps this was an alchemist's home. Oh, poison fungi. Delightful. Actually, shamblers. There's the undeads. I think my quick cast might need some help. It's possible I should be taking this fight a little more seriously. About that seriously. No. Well, that was annoying. Bones, garbage, and a slith spear for some reason. How did that get here? Also some loose change. 396 gold pieces worth of loose change. And a spirit. Wonderful. There you are. Now I know where you are. And you've made such a good target of yourself. Spirit is dead. Cool. Ew, I need more spell points for a fireball. There, now I can move around without accidentally webbing myself. Nothing exciting in the chest. And nothing exciting dropped by the spirits. There's a sword on the anvil, among all the bones and rubble. The temple is thoroughly destroyed. Reasonably intact bedroom here, with nothing good in it. Well, this once may have been quite a nice town. Ooh, a crossbow. If I didn't just get the Fury crossbow, I could potentially have been interested in that. Why, yes, I did see this special dot. You find something bizarre. It's a stone spire of brown, uninteresting rock. Skeletons, each with a pair of red, gleaming stones for eyes, are circled around it, silently touching it and bowing to it. When you get close, however, the skeletons turn away from the spire and approach you. Their eye stones glow fiercely. Ruby skeletons, fun times. That is a lot of ruby skeletons. Oh my. Oh yeah, they're undead, so they're immune to ice. Whoops. Immune to ice and fire. I'll say hello to my little friend. Good gravy. Okay. Can I not? Crap. When was the last time I saved? Okay, back here after much cursing. Let's see if I can do this again without horrible death on my end. I forgot just how many attacks a ruby skeleton can get in one round. Okay, so blessing, and most importantly, slowing. Also, by the way, when Peridot bit the dust to far too many fire rays, she was wearing a ring of fire resistance. It was not enough. Okay, let's start busting some bones. And honestly, I'm blessed up. My fighters can tank a bit of swords. Okay, so when you're immune to fire and to ice, what can I do to you? I don't think Mind Duel will work. The fire attack is inherent to the skeletons and not a magic thing. Ooh, what about mass paralysis? Ooh, some of them are paralyzed. This will surely end well. Okay, a significant portion of them are now dead before they can attack me. This is progress. Ooh, 38, so much damage. That went loads better. And I don't get anything for that. Aww. Man. There are also other bands of undead roving around the island, some of which don't even run from me. The one that did stay and fight me had a vampire in it. Another town, Toria Ruins. What an odd clump of trees. I'm sure there won't be anything nasty waiting for me in here. The wooded, almost overgrown path ends at a meadow filled with burial mounds. There are about 20 cairns, and practically all of them have been torn open. When you get closer, however, you realize the cairns were torn open from the inside. Before you can get close enough to see what's inside, however, undead creatures shamble out of them. The hideous creatures don't move forward to attack, however. They watch you cunningly, waiting for you to make the first move. Wights, spirits, specters, and a vampire. I still prefer this to the horde of ruby skeletons. Yeah, I think the mass paralysis really helped me out there. There's the vampire. You may think me foolish for moving my fighters all the way to the back to get at the spellcasters. But my spellcasters have stuff like Blade Wall. And these guys are vulnerable to Firestorm. Major haste will not save you now. After all, it's hard to move fast when you're dead. think that's all of them. None of you are worth picking up. Unsurprisingly, the deceased were buried with a variety of jewelry, trinkets, and other valuables. There's no shortage of barterable goods to loot. In addition, one of the cairns has a scroll tube inside. Yoink! On the wall of one of the cairns, you find a series of inscriptions, explaining the rituals necessary to bind the undead here and keep them from roaming. You now know the spell, Force Barrier. Nifty. Okay. With that out of the way, let's see what's in Toria. I bet there'll be more undead in here. This is yet another city, destroyed a few years back and increasingly overgrown. Someone has erected a small black basalt fort in the middle of the town. It looks like it was just plopped down onto the town, crushing the buildings underneath. Okay, that's weird. Oh no, not unicorns. Whatever shall I do? Okay then. Poison. And some boots. Sure. That's a perfectly valid place to leave your poison and shoes. Toria Scenic Overlook. It's still an overlook. Does it still qualify as scenic? Oh, hi. Man, I'm not even afraid of whites anymore. Largely empty corner of town. Though I should be looking at the main screen and not just the map all the time. It could help prevent me getting surprised from things like whites. Delicious zombie food. One of the books on the bookshelf is still intact. For some reason, none of the undead have touched it, And it has survived the exposure to the elements as well. It has a gold ankh embossed on the cover. You pick it up and look at it. It's a prayer book, lovingly and intricately illuminated. Fortunately, you understand the language. Most of the healing rituals are simple and uninteresting, but one is powerful in the extreme. You can now cast Resurrect. Awesome! I didn't have that one. Now granted, Raise Dead and Resurrect can't be cast in combat mode, so if someone dies in a random battle, that's still good cause to reload. Cough, paradox, cough. Okay then, very little interesting here aside from the big honkin' basalt cube in the center of town, which I am unclear on how to get into. Okay. I could bust this wall down, but will it do me any good? Blah, draining touch. I absolutely cannot get over the table here. The door to the inner cube is probably on one of the corners, just like with the outer cube. But of course, I must try every available square. Of course, that's a lot of you. You know what? I haven't done Avatar for a minute. Have some flame strikes. And because Peridot needs more experience... Leather baldric, strength potion, and a bow of Cag. And an inner cube. Well played, Spirit. Well played. Oh, phooey. You reach a grim basalt temple, dripping with foul ichor and the residue of dark rituals and foul evilness. The dead walk evilly towards you, hoping to pull you down into their eternal torment. Bummer. Oh, I found more friends. Ooh, evil altar with jewels. And some sort of axe. Probably rubies. And I could do a sanctification ritual, except I used up a lot of my spell points on Avatar and Flame Strikes. Let me just use this strong energy potion I have in my inventory. Nothing happens. Oh, come on, that was clearly an evil enchanted altar. Harumph. Well, this was fun, but the reward was somewhat underwhelming. Except for Resurrect. Having Resurrect is cool. Oh, hi. Oh, hi indeed. Okay, I saw a specter somewhere, I'm not entirely sure where, and I don't actually need to kill everything here. I do need a nap. Spectres and a vampire. Vampires aren't afraid of me. They should be. And right into a swamp. Okay, so it looks like I'm just going to have to navigate a whole bunch of swamp on this end of the land. At last, the south end of the island. It's a pretty long one. I do see a special dot over there, and I don't really want to go hunting for it again. You find a small gully, filled with thousands of shedded skins from giant snakes. Clearly, this swamp is infested with giant, man-eating snakes. Unfortunately, a good number of them have started to hunt you. How many summons was that? Oh dear, serpents, asps, and a naga. This could actually be interesting. Certain values of interesting. Nee. My goodness, plate armor. I don't really have room in my inventory for that anymore. So, do I get to dodge Nagas and their snake servants for a while now? Somehow, you're sure this area is the center of the evil affliction that this island suffers. There's something in the air, an icy edge, or the stench of decay, or something else you can't quite put a figure on. The large quantity of undead rising from gullies and pits to attack you, however, would seem to back up that hypothesis. Great! Ooh, and I see a tower. In a dark clearing. So, center of the undead plague. I'll definitely have to come back here once I finish checking out the rest of the island. And exterminating all of the Nagas. That's going to be a bit of a pain. Maybe not so bad. Also, the Nagas have a surprisingly high chance of dropping steel-studded armor. So much poison. Sometimes my completionist nature comes at a cost, and that cost is taking kind of a lot of poison damage. Oh, there you are. I knew there was 4 of them. Ooh, Peridot could maybe use a revive. White and a demon! Oh, delightful. Yeah. Turns out demons are, in fact, fully immune to fire, including my flaming weapons. Shame that. Really? Okay, well, I was going to do a revival to get rid of the poison, but the poison's gone already. So maybe just a simple heal-all. And a save. Oh, I managed to rest without getting absolutely mobbed by undead. Wonderful. So this is the Tower of Exile. This is the domain of Exile, Lord of Death. Enter, and your soul may live on forever. Well, let's see what a magic map shows me. A horrible maze of a tower. I've been recording for quite a bit longer than I expected tonight, so I am going to come back to this next episode. Until then, have a good one, everybody.